Japanese winter festivals can seem unbelievably strange. Centuries of tradition, condensed into screaming pain, ice water purification, burning hot wax. Hundreds of men in search of enlightenment in a steaming mochi mosh pit of chaos is unforgettably awesome. So here we are in Niigata, Urasa, where one of the great hadaka matsuri or Nakedman festivals takes place, and it's snowing. Tonight is the main event around 6 p.m. I'm going to be getting rid of all of these clothes, putting on a Fundoshi loincloth, and celebrating with everybody else. A tradition that's been going on for hundreds of years. But in Japan, with the population declining, in particular in the countryside, a lot of these traditional festivals are becoming extinct. Tonight, it won't. This is the Urasa Hadaka Matsuri Nakedman Festival experience. Come on!
Only in Japan.
Winter in Japan in the mountains of Niigata means snow, a beautiful frozen paradise. On the first Saturday in March, when the snows can be as deep as 2 meters, you'll hear chanting in town. And hundreds of men dressed in loincloths called Fundoshi, many holding gigantic candles. Bishamondo Temple was built 1,200 years ago, now home to one of Japan's most unusual Nakedman festivals. Though bizarre to see, it's deeply rooted in history and religion, and I'm going to join alongside 300 other possibly frozen men today. Where does this take place? From Tokyo, it's a 1-hour 40-minute ride on the Joetsu Shinkansen bullet train to Niigata, and a valley surrounded by high mountains called Minami Uonuma, famous nationwide for its koshihikari rice and Urasa Station. Bishamondo is a 5-minute walk from the station. Inside is where the event will take place. Groups of 4 will chant together toward the Ugai Bachi, where we'll take a dip in near-freezing water. On event day, it's loaded up with snow to ramp in participants to sit inside for purification. Purified participants head to the main hall for the big festival event.
It's gonna be quite a sight tonight.
This morning's prayers. A relaxing time, a chance to clear my mind. Dozens of candles sit in the hall for use in tonight's ancient ritual. The youth group performs the ice bath ritual every day for a week to pray for success and safety. They're in charge of the festival management and security. The festival starts off with a parade of local children, or Ochigo-san, where they parade around in adorable dresses to be blessed for good health and growth. The snow really started to come down hard by mid-morning, just a few hours before I was to change into my Fundoshi Thong. Around 3 p.m. on the roof of Bishamondo Temple, locals rile up the crowd by practicing the ritual that will take place inside tonight. The chants have a special meaning. So does the mochi being tossed down to the crowd. Catching one brings you good luck.
All right, it's 5 o'clock. The snow is sort of stopped, although it is still quite cold. Right now inside the temple, they're laying the foundation for where they're gonna be doing all the pushing, all the events inside of there. And this is the Fundoshi inside this bag. It surprisingly cost me about 9,200 yen, or approximately $65.
All made in Japan, of course. Putting on a Fundoshi for a festival like this often requires help from an experienced hand. Not all Fundoshi are the same. This one has the most coverage, especially compared to the one I wore in much warmer Miyazaki down in Kyushu Island. All may be revealed is not the kind of transparency I was thrilled about, but no wardrobe malfunctions in this event.
I learned always bring white tape for this.
Taping the white tabby footwear makes sure that they won't come off when they get wet and heavy, especially after the icy bath. The Fundoshi is just a very long cloth wrap. It's tightly wrapped up, some tugs, no slack. Not so comfortable to put on.
Okay, arigato! Woo! So, I've had over the years very interesting Fundoshi experiences. Wearing this, putting this on is part of the fun of the Fundoshi.
In 2013, my first Nakedman Festival, a very traditional version of the Fundoshi with many witnesses too. There's always a happy, though somewhat painful ending. I was told that this is to ensure it won't come off.
Great! Feels like a big wedgie.
Saidaiji in Okayama is massive. 10,000 men fighting for sacred Shingi lucky sticks with similar purification in shockingly cold water.
Waraji.
Waraji, ancient Japanese rope footwear. The ground is very cold. This helps with traction on ice and snow too.
It's so complicated. If you've never done this before, it's a blessing that we have people to help me out. Next, it's time to go outside. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Fundoshi is on, just an hour away from the main event. The sun is setting, the air is getting colder. These candles are going to light up the town and help us keep warm. I spoke with Kitamura-san, who's very involved with this festival. He makes the candles at his business, a task handed down to him for several generations. なんでこの祭り始まったですか？
それから毘沙門天をお参りして信仰するとですね、ご利益があるということで、本当はきちんと並んで一人ずつお参りしたんですが、我先にということで早くお参りした方がご利益あるようなことを言って、そしてなんかそれがお試合のルーツになったとも言われておりますし、昔から言い伝えられているのは1200年前と言われております。1200年前以上からですね、もう。はい。
I asked them about the meaning of the chant and the speed participants walk.
ゆっくりですね。
はい、ゆっくりね、こう山陽って言って、山陽っていうのも手辺に知る、与えるつって山陽。服を与えなさい、巻きなさいって言って与えてくださいということで、服を自分だけにもらうんではなく、これな人とかいろんな人にも服を巻き与えてくださいということで山陽って言って。普通お祭りだとね、ワッショイとかいろいろありますが、ワッショイありますけど、ここはもう山陽ということで、はい。
今夜参加するときに何感じた方がいいですか？
そうですね、まず無心でですね、水の中に飛び込む。それで自分の気持ちを全部清めて、それから教えに入ってもらいます。そして毘沙門様に真ん中から一人ずつ上げてもらって、毘沙門様と対面したら本当に祈願する。
Pure heart and mind, and a lot of pushing. I think I'm ready.
I'm freezing cold, but I am also very, very stoked, and that is keeping me warm inside. So I'm really excited to do something. Let's get this on!
We started down at street level about 100 meters from the temple entrance. I had to find a posse to join up with to make a team of 4.
Apparently just one time.
I ran into international students from the university nearby, most of them doing this for the first time.
Really? We are from the university nearby. Oh yeah, they were telling me there'd be some people from the university. That's awesome. We are from there. Yeah! Sanyo!
The group chants in unison, Sanyo, Sanyo. Though the last Sanyo is a little chopped off. Use the hot wax whenever you can to keep warm.
It feels so good!
The temperatures tonight are well below freezing. Participants' passion to get in there is super strong, which is why bouncers carrying the chochin lanterns are needed to keep their desires at bay, holding them back. This is known as the Pushing Festival for a reason, going back to its origin centuries ago. Men are linked arm in arm in groups of 4. This linking also keeps the warmth in. The leaders slow the procession down but keep the groups moving forward. There is an amazing feeling of strength being in such a large group, all chanting with a similar mission. At the intersection inside the temple grounds, we're stopped to allow each group time to purify in the ice bath.
It's right before I'm about to go to the water. I'm actually really nervous right now because I know how cold it is. Oh, they're running! Sanyo, 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 Sanyo.
The ice bath purification is definitely a shock to the body. I promised myself I won't scream. Focus, have a clear mind. They say a prayer and run together into the Great Hall to push. Being held back is hard. Even when you're expecting a cold bath, there is an excitement that is infectious with all of the participants.
Sanyo, 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 Ikita!
The group ahead of us is done. We'll get the green light any second now. Remember pure mind and body. My first impression, this is a big mosh pit. The chant Makuzo, Makuzo, Makeo, Makeo signals the giving of the mochi rice cakes. Make means to throw, and they're chanting to do it, to throw it. Then the hard rice cakes get tossed and we try to catch them, which will bring good luck if you can get one. Outside, more groups are purifying and will join in the pushing. The event gets crowded with wet men pushing hard, creating a lot of heat in the cold air. Steam quickly fills the hall, giving a mysterious vibe. The idea is to try to get into the center to try to meet Bishamondo, who is an armor-clad god of war for warriors, punisher of evildoers and protector of temples and shrines throughout Japan. With everyone trying to get into the center, it's very hard for one to stay there long. I flowed to the outside and tried to work my way in from the top again. On the outside, why not take a little breather, a few seconds to dance? One guy made it to the center and climbed up to try to meet Bishamondo. He was blocked and pushed back. It really is a battle of wills. Exhausted, he relents, pulled back by the crowd. I was told those who don't give up will make it up into the inner sanctum. I was getting closer to the middle, and I tried to stay there. There's a lot of jostling, bumps and shoves like a pinball machine or a washing machine. I got turned around in all different directions. Good footwork when they're not getting trampled on below is important, but those who stay in the front center get the most blessings, a tradition going back 1,200 years to Bishamondo's founding. But then, suddenly, something happened. From nowhere, several youths holding those 30-kilogram, 66-pound mega candles ran into the crowd. Hot wax sloshed all over the place. It's inevitable that participants will get it all over themselves. The candle holders made a path, and the dedicators, the chosen ones to serve, assigned to give out blessings, proceed to the inner sanctuary. The dedicators will go back when they complete their tasks with their fans closed. There is more than one round of this happening. The candle holders came back, a hot wax mosh pit pushing for another round. And this time I was in the hot wax battle zone. A monster amount of hot wax spilled on me, becoming something of a battle wound. The dedicators carried into the hall once again, showing their fans. A dance broke out in the center. A traditional dance called Honen Odori is a prayer for a good rice planting and harvest this season. The movement seemed to resemble the work done outside in the rice paddies. As quick as they came in, the candle holders left. Another battle wound, and another round of pushing in the center until utter exhaustion. All the mochi rice cakes I caught were slipped into the folds of my fundoshi.
So tired! It's really hot in there. They keep throwing water onto the group, creating steam. We're fighting for this. Check it out. I was able to catch one. It's mochi. So they're throwing mochi out to everybody. And you want to grab one if you can, but you have to fight for it. It's like a game. Really cold, warm, mushy game. All right, I gotta get back in there.
Just when you think you're exhausted, ice water on the head will snap you out of it. After an hour of pushing, the hall was completely filled with guys in their fifth gear, many exhausted. At this point, I left for Kitamura-san's house.
Why walk when you can run?
Running through the streets in the cold, maybe for the night. Or so I thought. A posse of experienced festival bros tried to liquor me up and get me to go back out for another round.
リオ今元気してますよ。ちょっと待って、9時でまた入って入りますよ。大丈夫。
9時は押してればいい。
いやいや、一回入ろうって。もう一回入る。もう一回入った方がいいよね。
お前が連れてきてが。
What? One more time?
One more time.
One more time?
With key. エンドレス。エンドレス。
That's life, 人生。一回だけ入りましょう。
I had just a few minutes to warm up my core, among other body parts.
Putting yourself in ridiculous situations makes some of the most interesting content, I think. That's life though, isn't it? You just never know. As long as you're continuously doing something, strange things are going to happen to you in a foreign country, and this is what I love about living here.
We left for a final push, past the food stands. Up the steps and through the gate at Bishamondo to an icy bath I thought I'd never see again. Suck it up. Get in there for the final push. The candle holders returned as we neared the climax. This is an important part of the ritual as the winter nears the end, making way for spring. A strong prayer could make the difference between a good and a great crop for the Minami Uonuma region. The Toshi Otoko, or chosen man of the year to lead, is carried in with bamboo sticks. A group of men selected to sing position themselves in the center. The participants who are pushing join together, hands on the shoulders of the man in front of you to make a big circle going counterclockwise. The song is very infectious and loud. A great seriousness on the face of the chosen Toshi Otoko. Participants exhausted but defiant, showing much strength for the upcoming year. Despite being an outsider, I felt very much a part of the town's ritual, sharing the same challenges as them. As Japanese rural town populations decrease, this welcoming nature to join in its ancient culture gives me hope that the ritual will continue here for many more generations. The Toshi Otoko grates the two bamboo sticks together to the beat of the chant and song as a prayer for the rice season. After several minutes, the Sasarasuri ritual and tonight's Nakedman Festival comes to another successful end with one last push. That's it. 12 sacred wooden tags are thrown to the participants. Getting one is a great honor and luck, so those who need it stay to the very end. Outside participants can warm up in front of the candles.
Very cold.
Here are my thoughts about tonight.
I lost my voice shouting, but I have to tell you, this is one of the best experiences in my life, and I hope that perhaps in the future you want to try something as crazy as this, because one day I might be back. But right now, I want to wear some clothes and warm up, and that's where I'm going. This way.
To catch the last Shinkansen back to Tokyo.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Wow, that was an incredible adventure. Like doing these kinds of festivals when you live in Japan or you visit Japan, it's such a unique experience. But the real reason I wanted to do this is because I turned 50 years old this year, and I want to always remember to do something, to experience things, to make great adventure, great experiences. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that subscribe button, and then take it every corner of this amazing country. Mata ne.